Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Joke Rogers. On the program today, the Independent National Electoral Commission flags off voter registration exercise across the country. Absence of prosecution witness stalls the trial of Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. And traders at the New Benin market asked the Edo State government to provide standard facilities to take them off the streets. Welcome to the program. A prosecution witness at the trial of the Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki failed to show up today, stalling the process at the Code of Conduct Tribunal for the third time. Prosecuting counsel Mr. Rotimi Jacobs asked the tribunal for a short adjournment to enable him bring the witness. He told the tribunal that the witness was absent because he had to undergo a surgical procedure, but that the bank where he works has sent in documents requested as evidence. Counsel to the Senate President, Mr. Paul Irokoro, said that the move is an indication that the prosecution has run out of options and as such, it should close its case. But the prosecutor defended his position, promising to do everything possible to ensure that the witness eventually testifies. The case has been adjourned till May the 3rd, 2017.
You recall that in times past you've asked us questions about the delay in the proceedings, and we've always told you that the delay is not on our side. And each and every time we've asked for an adjournment, it's as a result of difficulties that have been created by the prosecution. Now, here you are, 4 adjournments to enable them to produce witnesses that have had several years to prepare, and they're still not ready. I mean, when you should have plan A, plan B, C, D, and so on, so that if one witness is not available, somebody else can. But we let them take as much time as they like, but let them just stop deceiving the public that is the defendant that delayed the proceedings. As you yourselves can see now, it's clearly the government is not ready.
It is not easy to prosecute a big man in Nigeria. So the evidence of his account officer is very crucial to our case. And we called him. He was supposed to come, but he refused to come. Later we heard a story that he was operated upon and that he's not able to come. That accounted for the adjournment for the first one that we asked the court to adjourn it. So, and then we approached again and communicated to this day to them, only for them to inform me yesterday that the man was that he has not fully recovered from the operation and that there is no way he can come to Abuja. So I had no option than to obtain an order of court to compare the appearance of that person. So I got that order yesterday. If they had informed me earlier that they will not be here this week, I would have applied for that order since. So, but I was only informed only yesterday, and I got the order yesterday.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is warming up for another general election. The election slated for 2019 will see voters elect candidates for the presidential, state, legislative and council polls. And all those who are unable to vote in the last election who are now above 18 years are expected to participate, but not until they are duly registered to vote. INEC is providing this opportunity through a nationwide voter exercise.
INEC offices across the country are alive again. Officials of the body are already set to carry out fresh registration for those who are now above 18 years, and the process is simple.
Anytime you are up to 18 years old, you just walk into any office of INEC and register yourself as a voter.
Across the state, the challenges appear to be similar. Most of the cards available to voters are yet to be collected. In Ondo State, for instance, over 300,000 registered voters have their cards still in the INEC office.
The balance of uncollected permanent voters' cards stands at 377,336. To this end, I urge you to request all those who registered in 2016 continuous voter registration and the ones before it to proceed to the INEC offices in the 18 local government areas to collect their PVCs, as it is the only prerequisite for the exercise of their franchise during elections.
But that is not all. In Kogi State, the issue appeared to be beyond just the uncollected voters card.
We discussed several issues that affect the civil exercise. These include the target group for the exercise, people eligible for the exercise, guiding principles, and issues that relate to the collection of PVC and the transfer of voters cards.
In Lagos and Kwara State, officials of the Commission are concentrating more on the sensitization of voters who are above 18 years old.
So, if you have your permanent voters card, you will now go to a registration center where the officer in charge of transfers will now get your TVC, give you an application form which you will fill with your details, and details will include VIN number and all that.
The political parties are interested in this exercise. They are asking questions about how INEC is going to iron out grey areas that usually lead to misunderstanding between political parties and the umpire.
Only the last exercise, one discovered that there are no polling centers in those new areas. So what is INEC doing, even during this registration exercise, to make sure that all those new areas are duly served with polling centers?
A successful registration exercise depends on the cooperation INEC will get from those participating in the registration, and it is putting up a warning to prospective voters to avoid attempting to register twice, as the new electronic device procured for the ongoing exercise has a device that could disqualify anyone attempting to do so.
Meanwhile, there have been interactions between INEC and critical stakeholders across the country to ensure a smooth registration exercise. Residents of Plateau State, north-central Nigeria, want the Commission to take the exercise to ward levels instead of the local government headquarters, while people with disabilities want increased participation.
The Forum of Critical Stakeholders in the Election Process in Plateau State, comprising political parties, security agencies, religious leaders, civil society organizations, and traditional rulers, were the hosts of the Independent National Electoral Commission to discuss the electoral process, which commences with a continuous voter registration exercise.
Under e-registration, register, they'll take it to the police, and I think some will be prosecuted. So it's for us to talk to our children, who are because of age, should not go close to that. They stand for everything. Now INEC has got a window for those that turned 18 after the last election. So wait for your time, you'll get there.
Highlighting some of the processes of the exercise, which is to provide citizens the opportunity to update their voter registration and allow those that have not registered to do so, the Commission's Head of Information Technology urges the people to embrace the window of opportunity provided by INEC.
Ensure that people will not register 2 times. The machines that we are going to deploy in the local government will help us to guide people appropriately.
Providing security for INEC staff as well as a secure environment has been guaranteed by the security agencies.
What I appeal to the general public, of those who are going for registration and possibly when the elections come, be mindful that we will not accept a situation whereby lives and properties will be threatened by anyone. Particularly the lives of the INEC staff and their equipments, and then the life of maybe those who will be registering for their PVC, and for those who want to cast their vote anytime on what this media to please appeal to people that we already attained a particular level of peace in the platform, and we want to go back to what used to be some few years back.
All hands seem to be on deck for the exercise, which is another opportunity for citizens to update their voter registration.